Hi everyone, this is an introduction to the platform. I want to show you how to log in and what you're going to see once you log in, and explain a little bit of the information that you're going to be able to see once you do log in. So you come to summitlearning.org and click login. And you'll see in the upper right corner it says Parents Login. I'm going to click on that. So I am going to sign in as a parent. I do have a child who is at Summit School and who uses the platform. So I'm just going to pause my video right now and log in. Okay, so once you log in to the platform, you will get a welcome message, and on that landing page you can actually, there are some options. You can reset your password, or you can go right to your child's dashboard. I came right to my child's dashboard so that I can explain to you what you're going to see in here. So the first page that you see it's called the week page, and I like to think of this as the planner. This is a place where your child can set goals for different courses that they're in, or goals for productivity. They might type something in like work for 1 hour, starting at 5 p.m. on, such and such focus area. They can be really, really specific. One thing that we have spent a lot of time on, and that your child will get, better acclimated to, is how to set a SMART goal so that it is, specific and measurable and attainable and relevant and time-bound, and they can use this place to set short-term SMART goals for each of their courses. On the week view, you can, it defaults to Monday through Friday, but you can also show the weekend, so kids can make goals for their work on the weekend as well. If you wanted to look into the grades right from the week view, you can just click on a course title and you get a pop-up. And let's let this load. This pop-up shows whether or not your child is behind in any focus areas. It would say for your power focus areas, it's either going to say you're on pace to complete, or it's going to say you are something like you're not on pace or something like that. And it'll just give you some clear information about whether or not you're keeping up with your focus areas. And I'll talk a little bit more about what those are later. But down here we have the cognitive skills scores. There are 36 cognitive skills that are developed and assessed throughout the projects in all of the courses. They are cross-curricular skills that we spend really most of our time developing. Over in the year view, you're going to get a much clearer picture of exactly what's going on in your child's learning. So you can see that the courses are stacked, so there are rows dedicated to each course. Each course has its name right up here in bold, and just as in the week view, you can click on the course title here to get a glimpse at the grades. Only from this, from the year page, when you click on the course title, this is taking a little while to load, but I believe from this page you're going to get a slightly different view of the grades. Yeah, this shows the specific, it shows the cognitive skills for the entire year in the course. It shows the projects up top, and I'll talk about those in a little bit. And it shows exactly which cognitive skills have been assessed in each of the projects. It also shows the focus areas, and everything is color-coded. So green means you've mastered this work, you've done a great job, and you're ready to move forward. Blue means we haven't gotten to it yet. And you also might see yellow, which means you're almost there. Like the work that you're doing is about at grade level, but you've still got some work to do. And red means either you have failed that content this time around, and kids always have the opportunity to go back and redo things, or it means that that particular work is past due. So red is kind of like a stop and pay attention and focus in here. The year view shows the entire year. So We can kind of move this back and forth a little bit, although it's not doing that right now. This blue line is your pacing guide. So it shows if you want to be on course to finish the year strong, then you want everything that's on the left side of the line to be green. And anything that's on the right is either going to be green because you went ahead and you mastered that content, or it's blue because we haven't gotten to it yet. You're not going to see reds on the right side of the line. I want to introduce you to the progress page. I feel like I'm not sure how deep I should go in this introductory video, but I will say this. You can click on any of the rectangles in here to get some information about what your child is learning. I'll explain this. The top row is the projects, and projects are, in kind of traditional school terminology, those would be units of study, but we do projects. So everything culminates and everything builds toward some outcome, and based on whatever the project is. But the top row in every course is the projects. The second row is always the power focus areas, and these are independent study kind of modules, and that's where your child is going to learn all the required content for the course. In the projects, they apply that knowledge and build skills, cognitive skills. In additional focus areas are just extra content that can boost grades. And then some students might have challenge focus areas that are there for if they want to go deeper into a content area, but those challenge focus areas do not contribute to the grade. Some students might also have an additional row of focus areas that says exempted focus areas. And the only kids who get exempted focus areas are kids who joined our class after certain content was already completed by the rest of the students. So if you click into any of these things, you're going to get more information about what your child is actually learning. So I'm clicking into a project so that you can see a project overview page, and I'll give you a little tour of that as well. On any project overview page, you're going to see the final products that kids are working toward at the very top. And just to the right of that, you're going to see some basic project information. Every project has at least one essential driving question, and there are always some enduring understandings listed, and there's a description of the overall project. So that's always interesting to read. You'll definitely want to know that. Then we have checkpoints, and checkpoints are basically steps along the way toward completing a final product. Within every checkpoint, there are lots of resources that help your child develop the skills and apply the knowledge they're learning in independent study to complete checkpoints that are necessary in order for them to successfully complete final products. You're going to see also underneath the project information all of the cognitive skills that are assigned in this particular project. And there can be any number of cognitive skills listed there. So you can see as you hover over them, you get a more complete description of what each cognitive skill is. You can also view the rubric for cognitive skills, which is, I just love this, and the kids are really familiar with the rubric because they use it as a learning tool. They use it as a goal-setting tool, they use it as a self-reflection tool, they use it to guide their work as they go. So they can go to their own grade level and see the range for the bottom end of the range that they see in their grade level is worth about a 70%. The middle range is about an 85%, and the 5 is about 100%. And so they can set goals for themselves to understand exactly what it means to do this particular cognitive skill and how they need to demonstrate that in their work. So I love that they have access to that. Beneath the cognitive skills, you see which focus areas are aligned with the project. This is, again, the independent work that where students are studying to learn specific content. And just like in the cognitive skills, you can click on these to get to the focus areas. So that's from the year page. Let me show you the progress page. This is a really, really helpful page as well. To the right, you can see the course grades, and you can see at a glance if your child has any incompletes. And right under the course name, you see why the incomplete is there. So it could say behind in focus areas, it could say low scores on cognitive skills or final products, or it could say project overdue. In the activity feed, you see everything that your child is doing, and you see some teacher feedback as well. Same as in all the other pages, you can click on any of this stuff to get really specific and to open up the work your child has actually done and see specific feedback from his or her teacher. You can also see mentoring messages. In almost every mentoring session, the teacher is going to type some message to the child about what they talked about, and they can leave that message there for the child to see, for you to see. Your child can also type messages in here for him or herself, and or for his or her teacher. So that's the brief 11-minute overview. The college page I'm not going to get to, but you can definitely explore it yourself and talk it over with your child. It's a great place to start thinking about, how today's work is going to affect the future, and set some goals for what kind of college you want to go to, career, all that stuff. So I hope that was helpful. You can always email me, Catherine H. at summitschoolpoconos.org. Summit Poconos? Anyway, everyone's first name, last initial at summitschoolpoconos.org. If you have any questions. Okay, thanks.